today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in at 15-0, 1 win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. The beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Warner in on the tackle.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15 and all the way down to the 12.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And we knew that they'd try to attack the secondary, but I'm not sure that we thought they'd do it right on the first drive of the game. But here they saw an opportunity, seized it, and it's a big play right off the bat.
And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And they're going to get 2 more. He's got it. So that didn't take long. Quickly, 8-zip.
Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit him with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense about to go to work, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, at quarterback.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up, and we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. 9 catches, 99 yards. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And brought in by the tight end Cook. That catch good for only a couple. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
It's caught inside the 25.
One play at a time. Here we go.
All the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, those big defensive linemen, can he get the ball over him? Well, you get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
To kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC.
And as things start to come into focus here in the final weekend, their future still up in the air. Currently in possession of the 5 spot, but could fall entirely out of the postseason if this final day does not go their way.
Yeah, look, partner, most teams at this stage, you're not worried about your playoff seeding. You're worrying about being in the playoffs. So it doesn't matter whether it's number 5, 3, 7, whatever. If they win, they get in, and they'll worry about the rest of it after that.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
Well, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert.
And he's got this down to the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EAs. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mike 38, Mike 38. Wait. You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike 38, Mike 38, Mike 38. Can't do better.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo, and that is incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Samuel, a gain of 2. Brings up second.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
1st and 10.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Garoppolo.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That's complete to the tight end, Werner.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Garoppolo again. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas.
Garoppolo's pass Intercepted by the Seahawks.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Wilson wants to throw it, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Got the connection here to Bourne. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Mike 38, Mike 38.
21.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 23. So the victory here for Seattle, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Seahawks, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll